Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Standards of Geekness podcast YouTube page. It's Evan Jones, aka Easy E, coming to you live with another Master Duel deck profile and some gameplay. This was the other deck I used probably most of my climb. I would say probably 70% of my climb from rookie to all the way up to. I ended up in Diamond 4. I didn't really have a lot of time to push for that final push to Master. But Branded Dracotail is probably, I would say, responsible for 70% of that push. My win rate with it, I've tweaked it as I've gone along. My win rate with it was probably in the 60%. So overall, the deck's just really, really strong. Let's jump right into the deck itself, and then we'll preview some gameplay. So we've got 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird, 1 copy of Maxi. We've got 1 copy of Dracotail Phyrexial. This is really only played in the branded version. Being able to send this off of Branded Fusion with Fallen Violbez to set up some of your fusion plays is just really, really strong. We've got 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Malulu, 1 Fallen of Albaz, 1 Blazing Cartesia, 3 Fulos, 3 Lucius, 3 Phimena, 2 Urgula, and 1 Pan. In the pure version, we play 2 Pan. At least what I've tested. One's pretty much always kind of correct here these days. We given the new K9 meta, and it can kind of be a brick if you don't have any of the fusion starters. And then 2 Nibs to end the monsters. Nibs just really, really strong against a good portion of the field right now. It never feels dead, and if it is dead, I can pitch it for other card effects. Moving on to spells, we've got 2 Branded Fusion, 3 Ketu Dracotail, 3 Rahu Dracotail, 1 Called By, 2 Infinite Impermanence. So a lot of people have gone away from playing this in the main deck. I've started playing more of it because it's a hand trap that functionally can stop K9, which is this deck's king struggle against. Being able to just like stop their Vanquish Soul plays, stop the K9 plays, not really trigger a whole lot of the effects. It's just really, really strong. I highly suggest if you're playing Dracotail, really test that. It was really, really strong for me. 1 Horn, 1 Flame, 1 Sting. Moving on to the extra deck, we've got 1 Gulamel, 1 Titan Kilad, the Ash Dragon, 1 Albion, the Branded Dragon, 1 Mysterion, 1 Mirror Jade, 1 Lubellion, 1 Albion. That's kind of the branded package within the extra deck. It all really works well together. We've got 1 Chaos Star or Dragon, 1 Philia Regis, 3 Arthelion. The card's this is probably the best card in the deck, at least in the extra deck. It's just being able to like recur hand traps is so powerful. And when I first came back to the game, I was like, oh, I can just recur my Dracotail guys. No, you can recur the hand traps, and once I realized that, my win rate went even further. We've got 1 Secretarian Dragon, 1 Predaplant Verde Anaconda, and 1 SP Little Knight. Now, some people are playing the cross sheet version, and then they have Hierotic Dragon to try to bounce stuff. I personally just never end up using those. The Predaplant has come in clutch, being able to pitch one of my fusion spells to just kind of let me get back into the game. There is a version of this deck that I do want to test in the future that has 3 super polymerizations, functionally as a board breaker. So that might be on the docket in this new season for me to test. Without further ado, let's get into some gameplay. All right, we're back here with Branded Dracotail versus K9. This is going to be a short game. I just wanted to highlight kind of my play patterns and thought processes in this matchup, since it's probably the second most played deck, if not the first. No hand traps here, so we're kind of, we're starting first, so we don't have to worry about hand traps. But still, I like having Ash Blossom. I mean, who doesn't? Being able to fuse, just start getting some of my spells to kind of get things going. Force them to maybe play a hand trap if they have it. If they've got it, they've got it. There's not much we can do about it. Just being able to set up the ability to break boards to just functionally keep things going. This gets you access to all 3 of your traps. Gets you a Gulamel. I usually try to leave one of these guys in defense mode just because that way you're not prone to a random lightning storm. Yeah, overall, can't really complain. They've got their K9. So the big thing about this is Crisron K9, excuse me, not Vanquish Soul. So here, realizing what they can do, we were able to pop the K9 and exile the cards they sent. This keeps them off that. So then they're forced to use another starter. Okay, we're okay with that. We just let them kind of expend their stuff here. So here's what. Let me pause this. So my logic here is we get out Mysterion and we basically, shut down the whole machine shenanigans. They're just basically going to get board wiped. So I'm okay getting rid of the Gulamel here aggressively. Mysterion. So then when this gets special summoned, there's going to be multiple effects. And then they're basically forced to lose their whole board, and I believe they concede shortly after. Yep. All right, we're going to go ahead and head to our next. Will be against Yummy Mitsurugi, I believe. Let's go ahead and confirm the opponent's deck. Yep, Mitsurugi Yummy. This one actually is probably one of the longer games that I've had recently. It's just super, super strong. All right, let's go ahead and. All right, so we've got some hand traps. We're going first. So if we got Maxi, we've got Droll to stop them. So the logic here is to just, again, Arthalion, yeah, we're leaving ourselves kind of vulnerable, but it's one of those, this hand has forced them to have it. And then we have Alves while it plays. Get to Dracotail. So Ketu here is just going to grab us 5 mana. That way we can just pop off. Rahu's going to bait out an Ash Blossom, which we're fine with. We're going to still get what we need to, get our Gulamel. That way we can have our board disruptions. This was a little bit of a weird game. If I recall, I didn't actually aggressively get my traps. I was just trying to set up a board presence. And we're basically okay with this because we're able to essentially keep them kind of off of things the whole game. So they go into the Yummy Snatchy. Yummy Snatchy is going to let them get the field spell. We're going to pop in response. This is going to force them basically to, okay, then they're going to utilize their droplet here, which that's fine. So then this gets Mysterion. Basically, we kind of just wait and see with what they're going to do here. They're going to target one Yummy. And Synchro, that's fine. Cups a Yummy way. They're going to put that in defense mode. Gulamel's going to come back. We're just kind of just putting a ton of pressure on them at this point. I think some people in this game need to learn to force people to have things, and I think their win percentages go up a lot. And that's okay. They pitch the ritual spell. We're going to go ahead and Droll and Lockbird. This basically prevents them from doing a whole lot of other stuff. We're okay with them doing that. Not exactly sure why they summon that. Maybe to have something. We're just going to hit for 2,500, and we're going to force them to have it. That's the name of the game, honestly, a lot of the times. They pass their turn. It's pretty, tame game, honestly. But here's which we, at this point, we don't care about Maxi. We're going to play under Nib, so we don't really care. And then get our second copy of Arthurian to recycle stuff. Bring back Droll. We're going to fusion summon. We'll let them draw another card. And then we're just there, 5,500. We're pushing for a third copy. And can't really... we're gonna get the concession there. Yeah, overall, kind of an underwhelming game from both sides. I think that, they could have had a slightly better opening, but we forced them into such a aggressive position early on that they were just on the back foot the entire game. Let's go ahead and go. Is going to be against, looks like DDD. So Branded Dracotail versus DDD. Let's go ahead and play the game. All right, we're going second here. We've got 2 hand traps. We can fuse on their turn. They're ending their main phase basically here. We're going to go ahead and just aggressively put a Ghoul Mill out, pop their face down. They're going to Book of Eclipse. That's fine. It is what it is. If they have some world where there's... We're going to draw a card here. Book of Eclipse is good in certain metagames. I don't think it's particularly great right now. So turn it. Yep, pop their face down. So the whole point here is once they set that face down, we knew it was going to be over. And then Arthalion just lets us recycle everything. They're going to fool us, which I don't know why they didn't play that. As soon as I popped that thing, maybe they should have toggled on. No, I guess, no, they wouldn't have had timing to. 2,800, 3,000. We've got 3 traps on max C backup with 5 mana. They're going to draw on their turn, and they're going to pass. That's just GG's at that point. We're just going to go ahead and swing for game. All right. Yeah, so basically, all in all, not exactly a game to write home to mom about, but still an interesting, matchup to see, something you don't always see. I, for one, I think I saw one other DDD game on my entire climb, and they absolutely wrecked me. They just had the absolute nuts. They summoned, their fusion, their exceed, and like a whole bunch of floodgates. It's one of those things that it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the deck back up one more time for you guys, and I'll make sure to have it also included in the description. But overall, I'm going to be bringing more content, both Master Duel and Pokemon Pocket, to the page for you guys. We're starting back off this season in Plat, so we'll see if we can make a push again for Master. I've gotten there a couple times before, but it's just interesting. And then with Pokemon Pocket, we've also got a ton of new things coming. New set dropped. Some interesting metagame changes. I'm going to be kind of covering that over the next couple of days, doing some testing myself. There's the Pokemon Pocket Mads tournament going on this weekend. There's always tournaments going around, and if there's enough interest, it's something that we've explored. Talked about exploring here on the page as well. I, for one, I'm excited to continue to bring this kind of content to you guys. And as always, make sure you go to duelingguard.com and enter the code SOG15 for 15% off all your gaming merchandise needs. They've got fantastic deck boxes, binders, mats. There's Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, Chainsaw Man, Pokemon. There's Invincible's the newest line. And then there's some other animes as well. There's some My Hero Academia stuff as well. It's just great products. I can't recommend them enough. I know for myself as a former paper Yu-Gi-Oh player, I would have loved these boxes back in the day. I use them for my Magic the Gathering stuff as well. And that is something also that eventually we will be bringing to the channel as well. As always, make sure you hit subscribe and smash that button. We really appreciate your support, and have a good night, guys.